Started for game number 4. All right, so both our players coming up there. aLive looking a little more disconcerted this time, but certainly not shaken up. He's handled high-pressure situations before.
It is 2-1, by the way, just on that stat there. There you go. Changed it.
Yeah, so good. So down here at the 6 o'clock position on Metropolis, we have our blue Terran player, a representative of Fnatic. Great call. It's aLive. And his opponent trying to stage a comeback here at the 12 o'clock position. Our red Protoss player, give it up for StarTale Squirtle.
In aLive's position right now, being 2-1 in this best-of-5 series, still having the game back up if he does drop this, I would not be surprised if he decided to throw in some early aggression, some one-base play, be it a 1-1-1, be it Cloak Banshee opening, anything along those lines, even extra barracks early on before expanding. You know, if he goes into regular play, that's also, you know, completely fine. If he's comfortable in just tearing Squirtle apart in that early mid stages once again. On the other hand, Squirtle, well, he's got a lot to do in this game, of course, against a player like aLive. Really can't be taking those risks in the early stages like we saw in game number 1 and game number 2 with those kind of plays. And we do see a 13 gateway come down, and most likely following this up with just the triple Chrono Boost into the Nexus. So I don't think he's going to be playing too aggressive this game, and we'll have to see. Is he going to take that second gas again? Every single game he's taken that second gas, which of course leads into a multitude of different things.
Yeah, which was kind of interesting because we didn't see that sort of play against the other Terrans that he's played against in this tournament. So I have to give one more quick Barcraft shout out because these guys are troopers in the UK at Manchester. They are up at 6 a.m. still watching IPL4. So yeah, crowd's going nuts for you as well. So thanks very much for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I've actually never been there considering I live really close to Manchester, but oh well, I guess I'm going to have to go eventually. But what we see here from aLive is a bit of mind game playing here, especially what we just said would be the best approach from aLive here in this kind of game at this level. And he's kind of portraying that image over to Squirtle. He's like, all right, well, you know, I could be very aggressive here, so don't you cut any corners. Make sure you're tight on the second or third gateway timing and so on. And it looks like, you know, of course, it's going to be a very regular expansion play here. Key from aLive, though, cannot let this just easily get expanded, cannot let that probe get in there. And we do see that second gas once again going down for Squirtle.
And aLive did scout that already, but the question is, in the last game we saw Squirtle pull off of that right away when he found out what his opponent was doing, no proxy racks, made sure that the next command center was coming up, and decided to go for that one gate expand off of Stalkers rather than the initial couple of sentries. So we'll see if that changes his outlook here in a second, or what he's going to do, depending on how he scouts his opponent.
And is aLive going to be taking double gas after this? No, he's just going to throw down the third barracks instead, so completely standard from him. And we do see Squirtle take it off gas once again. Gas Pajamas is going to be getting that expansion down, and of course can easily go back in after he's thrown down these next couple of gateways. But remember, from Squirtle's vision, this could still be heavy aggression at this stage of the game. So we wouldn't expect those gateways to go down too late. You know, 28 supply, completely fine for those to go down.
Now this go around, we're not going to see the 5 racks out of aLive after the expansion. He is going into 3 racks and then double gas afterwards. So we'll be able to start those add-ons, possibly a factory in a bit. Lots of upgrades moving into the mid-game here. His opponent, on the other hand, adding on gateways number 2 and 3, so everything looking pretty similar out of Squirtle so far.
Yeah, he actually throws them down on 26 supply, so he did cut a bit of economy to get them down, and that simply is because of that threat of aggression. Wants to get them out super early. And we do see in the center of the map, actually, Marine's moving across to the Zelnagi Tower Pro, and well, it's not going to get shut down, but from aLive's point of view now, everything's going to plan, right? This is what he wanted Squirtle to do, and from aLive, what he's planning on doing here is very standard, straight up to those double medivacs, and then start to hit that aggression as soon as they come out.
All right, the factory's already started pretty high up in the main as well. It's going to make for a shorter reinforcement distance for those medevacs. Every little advantage with building positioning you can give yourself so critical, and it's awesome to see these pro players who can eke out even the smallest advantages in games.
Unfortunately for Squirtle, though, even though he's going toe-to-toe with these Marines, still doesn't know what's going on. He has no idea. Maybe he can start to guess what's happening, but he hasn't really surpassed the time in the game which clarifies anything. I guess you could argue the point that why would there be 4 Marines in the center map if he's going to go for a 1-1-1 or something along those lines, but that still could be a mind game or something being pulled by aLive. So the robotics facility is going to be the only really way to scout efficiently here, and it is immediately chrono boosting out that observer. One Stalker needs to get some information. It's not going to know the barracks count inside the main. It's not going to go if it's double engineering bay, if it's single, is it a fast factory. So it does get a bit of scouting, but should not be trading its life for that information of just Marines.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Stalker goes down. We have a lot of reactors being added on now for aLive. 2 on the barracks, 1 on the starports, or on the factory rather, to be swapped onto the starport later. So heavy Marine production going to come out of him very soon. Squirtle, on the other hand, we'll see how he reacts to this. He's already got that robotics facility up. Not enough saved up for a robotics bay, though.
And the observer now making its way across. We do have 3 gas down for Squirtle. We'll have to see whether he will throw down that double forge. I mean, he's got a lot of zealots, so wouldn't be too surprised if he didn't throw those down very shortly now as his gas starts to climb up. Observer finally at the 8-minute mark trying to get across into the main base, and is going to see the starport actually really fast here. So he's immediately going to know now exactly what he's playing against. He knows 3 barracks, factory, starport, immediately there. He'll go in and just clarify that the engineering bay has been thrown down a lot later here. And now the game of defending comes in, because he knows this aggression is going to be pretty damn scary, especially because, of course, those forges he's invested in are not going to kick in for quite a while.
They're not, but this has been his defending build of choice against Terrans that he's played in this tournament so far. Starting that Immortal production right now, he's going to rely a lot on his force field control and being able to close off that choke point at his natural. So this is something we've seen out of him from this tournament so far. 1-1 upgrades on the way. We'll see if he expends his chrono boost on those in a second, and he's going to continue a little bit of Immortal production for a while. 2
really smart moves by both of these players. First of all, Squirtle moving to the center of the map and just taking map control away, and then number 2 from aLive, scanning, killing the observer, which has now opened up the medivacs to go towards the main base. 2 medivacs, 16 Marines, and it looks like Squirtle completely out of position here with all his units, and this actually could be so game-changing.
Yeah, this could be terrible. 16 Marines and a few going to pressure towards the front as well. We'll see. There's a few units that have pulled out of position. Is it going to be enough, though? Dropping down those units inside the main right away. The Immortal going to do a little bit of damage, but of course, Marines very good against them. But enough units have come back that it looks like aLive is going to retreat.
Oh, Squirtle even has units on the natural here. Force field, oh god, his shield. Force field, you've got the half of the force field there. And that is a decent set of, well, it's okay, I suppose. But the key thing is here that he dealt with that multi-prong aggression well. But hold that thought, am I really saying that as aLive drops again in there? But he's only going to pick off a pylon here, so this is not too bad.
Wow, he's just standing in there and engaging for now, picking off as many sentries as he can. He does manage to get 2. Can he get the 3rd? No.
aLive got duked in there. An awesome move by Squirtle, pulling those units in. And that was really good play there by Squirtle, who's now almost completed 1-1. He's got the Twilight Cancel down. It can go immediately into 2-2. Big cancel there. Over to Tet Labs. And he throws down, 3 extra barracks here. Yeah. The 3rd command center is on its way. But of course, we are going to ramp up the production now. Ramp up that aggression. But with 2-2 upgrades here, this is actually like a dream scenario right now.
And look at that, Squirtle did pick up just on the edge of the medevacs as they make their way across. We'll see if he prepares for this. Already has those units in position, though. He's remaining very defensive in this game. 2-2 upgrades on the way. 3 more gateways. Robotics bay, charge as well. He's going to move into Colossi. He's going to have a ton of upgrades very soon. And aLive is going the long way around here to drop these units in.
And we only just now have +1 attack being researched. That's so incredibly late, actually, for aLive, considering the timing he got that engineering bay. So that's really going to be his disadvantage in this game. And, of course, Squirtle's strength. Those 2 medivacs, though, still waiting for the right opportunity. When are they going to go in, though?
I don't know. aLive is up by about 20 supply, but of course his opponent is outclassing him in upgrades with 2-2 well on the way now, actually almost about halfway done. And of course he's going to have those very powerful Colossi here in just a bit.
And he's going to throw down the 3rd Nexus 2. Pylon on the left-hand side does go down. 3rd Nexus also. Templar Archives thrown down. And I suppose the natural timing of the Ghost Academy is very shortly now as that 3rd base is going to be taken. But, you know, everything is just going Squirtle's way right now. The aggression aggression from aLive just hasn't hit home. But that barracks count is getting, you know, scary high now. But look at the upgrades. +1 attack, only just about to finish. +1 armor, only just started here. And that is such a big difference as 2-2 is almost completed here. And there's still units just waiting inside the main base, waiting for those drops. Third base has been thrown down, though.
Yeah, the Inner Creator Prime coming out now in StarTale. Squirtle playing a very similar style to that. Very defensive, prioritizing upgrades. Very strong
drop
units.
on the third base.
Uh-oh, running its way in right now, and he may be able to get a cancel on this third. No, a few units are trying to come through. That High Templar may feedback. No, too slow. Come on, Templar, slow.
That would have been pretty amazing if you managed to get that feedback off there, completely full in energy. That is a beautiful observer, by the way, that Legends, well, he is also a beautiful observer, but this one in game is pretty good too.
Yes.
As he is just static on that natural area, which sees everything coming and going. And so far, Squirtle with you know, a perfect game here. Hardly any mistakes, if any. And Zealot is going to try to fight, not going to win.
Nope, unfortunately not. Not that many units. Let's see here, though. That's quite an amount of gateway units already finished, charge done, as well as you can see those Zealots almost keeping up with the Stalkers now. But there's a considerable number of Templar on the ground. Supplies still favoring aLive, but of course those upgrades are just so ridiculous now for Squirtle.
Yeah, because he's researching Storm and Warping in High Templar, he doesn't have enough gas for 3-3 upgrades. Has to prioritize that. Has to only make Zealots right now. 3-3 upgrades, if he doesn't start it soon, he will start to lose that natural advantage. Another High Templar is getting warped in, but he is looking so good right now. Big upgrade advantage. Big army advantage here as well.
All right, well, let's see. He throws down a couple of Guardian Shields. Oh, aLive is going to move in at the same time. Are we going to see feedback? Double feedback! Unbelievable, Squirtle. You are so good.
So sick. That's so much army supply just thrown away, and he cleans it up without breaking a sweat. And now he goes charging down to the third base. And oh my God, Squirtle is here.
Yeah, what an incredible defense. He can focus all of his warp-ins up in the front as well. And it looks like he may want to take on this army here in just a bit. Throwing down a couple of force fields, trapping those SCVs.
And the Storm is the scary part here. Remember, there's only a few ghosts here. There's 4 ghosts. Only just not got the energy. But if he lands the Storms, this could actually be game over.
All right, well, we'll see if he can do that here in just a second. Third base effectively denied for quite a while for aLive. He's trying to lead with those ghosts so we can hit a couple of EMPs. But I don't know, man. That's a lot of High Templar, and they have got some energy to burn.
It looks like he's just going to retreat. Knows he has a big advantage on killing that third base. Doesn't want to take the risk, but the High Templar he manages to push them back.
Yeah, storming preventatively there.
Not too bad at all there, but Observer following the army does get scanned and picked off, actually. So that's a pretty big win there for aLive. Wants to stay hidden as much as possible. 3-3, so close to finishing. I hope that command center isn't going to burn down there in the bottom left, but the army now is starting to bring in Colossus. Squirtle about to tech switch over. That is going to be an amazing tech switch. And the Ordos man does get actually healed, but Cat's pajamas.
He's got to watch out. A pretty good preventative storm zones out those units, keeps them away for now, and doesn't hit a ton of units, but at least gives him some time to regroup and get in the perfect position. aLive going to round around the outside now. 2 Colossi being produced at a time, starting to be added into the fight. Don't know if there are any Vikings overhead to help with this.
No, there's no Vikings, but he does have 2. Well, there's 2 Vikings actually, not with the army. 2 Starfalls are in the background. But this is going to be so tense. The Ghost just died!
Oh, he's going to go for it here. The Colossus trying to come around from the side. Those Templar are so slow, not able to catch up to the Storms quite yet. But if you land the couple, it could be very effective. No, not yet. I just said something about Squirtle being very effective. I need to go hide my head in shame now. Sorry, Pokemon jokes. I apologize.
4 new High Templar getting warped in, but that was a beautiful spread there.
Pretty good EMP there.
And 2 more ghosts are available. 2 Colossus, though, are going to make a big difference. Plus, 3 attackers finished.
All right, well, let's see if he's going to be able to make his way in now and do enough damage against this. This is so many forces here for aLive. He's going to rally against it and take out the Colossi as well.
1 more stim's going to clean up everything. Archons try to get in there. Where are the rest of the Colossus? 2 more about to pop. Will he be able to hold on? 140 slide versus 93. This is so incredibly close. There is a storm that could push this back.
Let's find out, though. A 40 supply advantage and climbing now for aLive. He is looking poised to take this championship right here.
Oh, one Colossus does come in. If he doesn't deal with the Colossus, it will be able to push this back. Remember, the economy is still really, really good here for Squirtle. And that one Colossus doing the damage necessary, but reinforcements are coming. That one Colossus remains alive.
Yeah, it looks like aLive really wants to try and push this and end this right now, but pretty good micro there out of Squirtle. He moves back onto the high ground, continuing to do his AoE damage, and we have an 11 supply advantage, now 17 supply advantage for aLive. He's able to get up out of there for now. Squirtle holds on for the meantime. He sits on his 3 bases. He's actually got a 4th going up down on the right-hand side as well.
This is so incredibly tense. We do have 3 more High Templar coming in. Wants to go over to Archons immediately, considering there's no Ghost, but a drop to the 4th base. He wants to try to hold on to this base. If he can, he will win the economy war. Will he be able to just hold this position here, Caspajamas?
I don't know. Those Templar don't have enough energy for the time being, so I'm going to be able to sit on the high ground. Looks like Squirtle waiting for the Colossus to get in position, but he's actually giving up this position for now, allowing all of his Zealots to die.
This is so incredibly tense. The Medivac so low in energy. He is managing to push this back. Remember, the upgrade advantage is clearly in favor of Squirtle. But look, Marauders just Zealots alone will clean this up. The backup Colossus, that one hero Colossus, is saving Squirtle time after time. And he has to get back over to that 4th base before he loses it. And he's stimming it. He wants to get rid of it.
Yeah, aLive just really stretching himself right now. Yes, good multi-pronged aggression going to both sides, but Squirtle's been able to deal with it pretty well. aLive not really making a concerted effort to gather up everything and just kind of go through the front.
No way he's going to push back aLive here, and he holds on to that 4th base. 4 base versus 3, and he's going to continue to fight here. Remember, upgrades are still good. The Colossus, if it gets a couple of rays down, it's going to be an amazing... Oh, actually, hold that thought. Look at this kiting.
No kidding. The micro's so good out of aLive for the moment. And, you know, aLive was ahead by 40 supply not that long ago, starting the cam production as well. But Squirtle was able to hold it together, and aLive just overextended just a little bit too much.
He definitely actually, it's actually Squirtle that overextended here. The Colossus is going to go down. The pylon's about to complete. Is it going to go down? No!
He holds on to the Colossus, just down to 6 hit points, 19 kills on it. It can't die.
Oh my god, with five Archons, there's no Ghosts. How can he kill these Archons? They are just gonna keep on surviving. The Colossus will keep on surviving with the back. 2 Vikings. Oh no!
Oh, and he gets away once again. The Vikings not able to move in there and do the damage they need.
Income tab relatively equal at the moment, as now aLive does have a lot of SCVs on that 3rd base, but does not have another command center. His main almost mined out, his natural almost mined out. This is it. aLive just is gonna go for the kill. He has no longer term plans here. He lifts everything into those medivacs, is going straight towards that mining 4th base. We know how important that is right now for Squirtle, who's mustered a brilliant force. Let's have a look at that. 5 Archons, 3 Colossus, 8 High Templar.
Whew. Oh, no kidding. So high-tech right now. Let's see if he's able to defend against this drop. aLive going to drop off everything right away. Oh, no, actually sending out 1 Marine for now. I apologize. Thought he was going to try and keep those units safe for a while, but decides to get away there. Doesn't see an expansion over to the that 5th base for now. And looks like he finally has everything in position.
Yeah, Scan's like, well, no-go area, but he's gonna go on the higher ground, start picking off this simulator, maybe a few probes here, but this overall army composition is just so incredibly strong. And remember, these are still 2-2 Marine Marauders compared to the 3-3 of Squirtle. There are a few Zealots on the left-hand side denying SCVs from mining there, and wow, Squirtle is just stabilizing so well. Look at the supply.
He's been so resilient in this game. He was so close to dying from the big push out of aLive before. After all his Colossi went down, after aLive was able to push into his opponent's natural, but Squirtle somehow, some way was able to hold on and make a game out of this and now push a huge advantage.
There are 5 Colossus, but they do have +3 armor. These Vikings, there's 6. They don't have any upgrades whatsoever. The Colossus are just not going to die unless the Marauders get right up close. 4 Ghosts in that army, going to be so pivotal here. This is an incredible tense moment. Scan goes down to check there's no observer here. He's going to look to try to get the perfect engagement here. With a perfect engagement, he still has an opportunity to crush down Squirtle. Scan on top of the army, he's still looking for it. But the +1 shields is on the way here, so it's going to make it even more difficult.
All right, well, we'll see if he can move in and do anything here in just a bit. That force is just overwhelming for Squirtle. 8 Archons now, 6 Colossi, all on 3/3 upgrades. Still the High Templar, and there's still a huge contingent of charge lots as well. And I just don't know if aLive has what it takes to break that force.
And we have 3 aggressive pylons on the left-hand side of the map where aLive is going to be trying to expand, and Zealous will just keep on coming from there. Once he starts to lose supply to slow that down. Look at the long distance mining there by these SCVs. But it looks like Squirtle's had enough of aLive in this series. He's just going to go for it now, especially as Blink's about to complete, and also that +1 shields.
He is maxed. He is on 4 bases. He knows it's time to go. He has enough gateways. He'll be able to replenish his army very quickly as well. Be able to reinforce with some more Colossi here in just a bit. Now, does aLive have what it takes to defend this 2-pronged attack? We can see a few Templar off to the left-hand side, possibly thinking about flanking there and trapping some units with some storms.
Oh, is he going to land some storms? Oh, that's so good!
So good! He's going to run it with the rest of his forces as well. EMP's hitting quite a few things, but I don't know if that's enough. aLive is pretty far down in units.
Gone! All the Vikings gone! GG!
Squirtle! He's tied things up. We're moving to game number 5.
Whoa! Squirtle on the biggest comeback of his life right now. Still granted, he has to win another game here and still has to go to another best of 5 after that, coming from the loser bracket. But the Tiger fighting spirit here shown by